All right. There we go. Hello, everyone. Good morning to us. Happy Monday to you all. We thank God for this beautiful day. Please, as you join me, try to tag someone else, invite someone else, and don't just sit down and watch. I need us to contribute today. I need us to talk to one another. I need us to participate. I hope we're all doing well. Awesome. Obinna, thank you for joining me. God bless you. Please tag someone else, invite someone, your friend, someone. Invite someone, tag someone else, share, and let's dialogue together. As we enjoy this music, you guys know this is your girl, Jessie of Sisters True Love Group International. We're not in matters but true love. That's what we want to give right now. True love. I will introduce the topic just in a bit while we wait for others. Let's just wait for a few people to join us. Dikeh, you're welcome on board. Please tag someone else. Ebe ọ bụla ijere, please tag someone else. Tag someone else. Let's just laugh and have fun this morning. Let me make your day. Allow me to make your day today. Allow Jessie to make your day. Let's dialogue together. Let us dialogue together, my people. I hope we're all doing well. The topic is already sent out on the notification. I'm sure every one of us have seen the topic. And honestly, that's what I feel like talking about today. I hope I'm allowed to do that. Let's help somebody. Tag someone else, invite someone else, share. Let's dialogue together. It's a very interesting one. You'll be surprised. I'm trying to invite a few more people. Just for 1 or 2 minutes and we'll be done. Then we'll start the topic. Make sure you share this moment. Make sure you tag someone else. Don't just listen. Tag someone else. It's going to be a lot of fun. We need to dialogue today. Let's see. Oh yes, my people are on board. Awesome. Mr. Helen, you're welcome. Mr. Sonny, you're welcome on board. Yay. We are on board. Yes. No. Oh, wow. While we're waiting, let's just keep playing some music, you know.
Please thank God, I never see your time. Please thank God.
Still waiting to tag more people.
Blessed be your holy name. Praise channel presents African Mega Praise. If you are ready to praise your way to your mega miracles, give the Lord a shout.
Hallelujah.
Please thank God.
I never see your kind, oh. This kind God, blessed be your holy name.
Blessed be your holy name.
This kind God, I never see your type, oh. This kind God, blessed be your holy name. This kind God, I never see your kind, oh. This kind God, oh. I never see your type, oh. This kind God, blessed be your holy name.
You took my morning into dancing. You took my shame and gave me faith. You turned my misery into a ministry. Oh, blessed be your holy name.
I go let chamber. This kind God, oh. I never see your type, oh. This kind God, oh. Blessed be your holy name. I never see your type, oh. This kind God, oh. Blessed be your holy name. This kind God, oh. I never see your kind, oh. This kind God, oh. Blessed be your holy name. Hey, my God is good, oh. Hey, my God is good, oh. My God is good, oh. Hey, my God is good, oh. He gives me peace. He gives me joy. Yes, he gives me peace, oh. Everything na double double. Everything na double double. Favor na double double. Eh, na double double. Miracle na double double. Money na double double. Car na double double. Healing na double double. Eh, na double double. Visa na double double. Woo! Double 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 double. Babies na double double. Everything na double double. Everything na double double. The only husband and wife will be single, oh. One. For real. Yeah. Hey, my God is good, oh. Our God is good, oh. My God is good, oh. Tag someone else. We're about to get started now. Yes, he is. Aha, our God is good. Dance unto the Lord at least for the next 1-2 minutes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He lift me up. Demonstrate it wherever you are. The Lord is turns me around. He turns me around. He set my feet up on the solid rock. Yes. I feel like clapping. I feel like clapping. Hi, Bria. Thank you for joining me, bro. Patrick, you're welcome on board. Yes, we are getting there. We're about to get started now. Invite someone and share. Bria, girl, I missed you. Hope all is well. How's work? How is work, my nurse? Happy Nurses Week. I feel like jumping. Jump your way into your breakthrough. Be happy. I feel like jumping. Yes, it is. Okay now. That was a good one. Our God is a good God. Yes, he is. We give God the praise for this moment. We thank him so much for life. We appreciate God for the breath of life today. We give him all the honor and all the praise. And we say, may his name be exalted. In Jesus' name. As we do what we love doing, sharing ideas, encouraging one another, making somebody to laugh and feel good about their situation, that's all about it. And you know, this is your very own Jesse, all the way from Houston, Texas, brought you one cracky topic today. I'm telling you guys, you all will be laughing. And ladies, if you saw the notification, it's going to be done. We need to talk. Contribute, share your ideas, encourage someone. If you want to come live, send me notification. I will accept you, and you can give somebody else word of encouragement. Mercy, thank you for joining me all the way from Dallas, Texas. Sarita, you're welcome on board. Bria, oh yeah, work is great. Oh yes, sister girl, I missed you too. Nurses Week. I'm proud of my nurses all over global. You guys are doing awesome job. Not just nurses, everyone in the healthcare. We are doing an awesome job, and we pray for strength, more love among us that will do it and appreciate ourselves. Take time to take care of you so that you don't break down doing for other people. And Love what you do. That's all that matters. Okay, today's topic is about lust and love. That word Lust and the love word Love. We want to see what most of us think about this in a relationship. And I'm going to attribute today's topic, today's talk show, this moment, today, the 13th May 2019, to our wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, hardworking actress in Nigeria. Her name is Tonto Dikeh. I know it's strange, but I don't know why I picked up her issue. I don't know why I picked up her topic. I don't know why I picked up what is concerning Tonto Dikeh today. And I want to discuss that on national Facebook. She's already all over the place. She's on YouTube. I was watching this on YouTube last week or last 2 weeks, and I started telling my secretary, you know what, I think someone needs to reach out to this girl. Somebody needs to reach out to her. And not only that, we need to reach out to us. We ladies. Men, likewise, but this topic is more to the women. You know, so pay close attention, contribute your ideas, and let's encourage somebody. And I do pray. Oh, Josephine Oyerim, girl from Nigeria, thank you for joining me. Happy Mother's Day, darling. I want us to share this topic today. I want us to share it, make it a viral issue. You know, Facebook, YouTube, your WhatsApp contact, your regular contact. Share this topic. You never know how this topic will get back to Tonto Dikeh. I'm attributing and dedicating this moment for that girl. And I hope we will learn from it. I want us to open our ears. I want us to share this. And I want us to contribute. Ladies, I'm asking us, lust or love? What is going on with Tonto Dikeh? I saw her a couple of times on YouTube and one other Nigerian television network, something like that, talking about her relationship. And I sat down for almost an hour plus listening to Tonto Dikeh. And after that, I did analyze what she was saying. And I went deep, a little bit more to research about this girl. Then I decided that I need to talk about what is going on with her. It's all about her relationship, her ex-marriage. Tonto Dikeh, first of all, I'm going to give it to her. She's a gorgeous lady, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She's a very smart young lady. She's hardworking. Tonto happens to be a mother too right now. And somebody's wife, let's say yesterday. But when it comes to the brain now, I think Tonto Dikeh need to wake up. You know, some people like us, we could be smart in one way, but in the other way, we need help. Right now, I think mentally, Tonto Dikeh needs some help from us, ladies and gentlemen. And I pray so hard that this message will hit everywhere, and this girl will be able to listen to someone else. Not people of her cycle, not people that she's used to, but a stranger like me, totally talking about her right now. I pray that she will be able to get hold of this topic. And I pray that she will take it in a positive way. Because sometimes our stories are meant to be soured, but we should be able to turn that sour story into positive thing. I want to turn Tonto Dikeh's story to a positive thing to someone else, to another lady. So who in this generation will not continue to make the same mistake, you know, and then it becomes a pattern because nobody want to talk about it. She's on national social media talking about her ex-relationship. It's okay. Don't get me wrong. I refuse to judge her. But I want to give her my opinion, honest one. Because I've been there. I've been married. I have kids. I'm a mom. I'm a sister, young sister to someone. I have people that I'm older than. I have people that have been in marriage before them. So the experience, I have it. And I want to encourage Tonto Dikeh. I want to encourage other women out there watching to tell her to shut up. I don't know if the word came out right, but oh well. You guys know how I do my stuff. I think shut a head up will be the best thing for this girl. Probably she need to hear it from people like me. Tonto Dikeh is not less than 35 years old right now. That's a grown act. Okay, Holy Ghost fire. Jesus. No, 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 I don't want to go that route. Yeah, it's a grown woman. Let's say that. She's matured. Grown woman. At the age of 35, she's no longer a child. She's a grown woman, a grown full woman. She have a career. She's educated. She's been exposed. The little that I know, it doesn't have to be living in America to be exposed, but she's been in the movie industries and she is doing so well. But mentally, the way I see it, she's not handling this divorce or this end of relationship very well. When you have love on a man, it has nothing to do with love. So I'm wondering, did she not love this guy? I mean, like she said on YouTube, she said most of us too that are listening to her are being beaten up in their marriages and they're not saying anything, but because she said it, people think she's crazy. She's not crazy. Well, Tonto Dikeh, my dear, we're not saying you're crazy, but your mental status is out of it. You're crazy up here. Who wants to give you an accolade because you're talking about your ex, when you, as a young woman, did not see that there was no love in that relationship? That's the same thing I teach people. You need to differentiate lust and love. You need to differentiate real love and fake love. Tonto Dikeh probably she didn't know the difference. And that's why I'm saying it right now. She didn't understand the difference between love and real love. There's something we call love. You see people on the street, you say, hello, love, just to greet them. That doesn't mean that you're in love with them. Or a guy says and says, oh, you're so beautiful. Then you think, oh, yeah, you're beautiful than the whole world. He loves me. He's going to be with me. No. This is just a part of life that we all say, hello, baby, how are you doing? A woman see a guy in the store and the guy say hello. You say, hi, baby, how are you doing? You keep going. Doesn't mean that that's your baby, like your boyfriend or something. We need to be able to differentiate things. This girl have made a major mistake in her life, and I was watching her. I see pain in Tonto Dikeh's life. I see crushing depression inside of her. Why is she eating herself up? Because she knew this guy did not love her from the beginning. Truth be told, there was no secret for her to say, I did not know that this guy did not love me. That's a lie. Tonto Dikeh knows that that guy was not in love with her, but she went into it anyways. That's what I read. Psychologically looking at her, talking on YouTube and all this TV show and all that, psychologically, I can see she was trying to create love in the midst of hatred, in the midst of lust. She tried to mold this guy the way she wants the world to see it, the way she wants love to be. But that is not love. I'm talking to women. I'm talking to young ladies. I'm talking to single ladies. I'm talking to men also. We need to learn and differentiate things. How could you be going out with a guy and this guy is showing you all the signs that you're busting out right now on national media, yet you did not notice that that was not real love? You went ahead and spent all your money to do your own wedding. How dumb can a woman be? And that is not just that. I'm not judging her, because people will say, oh, you never know if it's you too. I will not do that. Don't just compare me with that. You understand? Don't compare me with Tonto's life, because it's never going to be the same. We're all different. And that's why we're speaking, so we can learn. There's no way I can use my money to marry myself. I'm sorry. That part of love right there, I would never, ever love any man like that. If you like, be broke. If you're broke, you cannot do your own wedding. Oh, well, we will not be doing no wedding. We'll marry each other without no wedding, because I am not paying for my wedding. Do you understand? I ain't going that route now. But she went that route, knowing that this guy is not that he doesn't have any income. I mean, when both of you were dating or something, like she said, she went out of a relationship and just to camouflage for people, she just jumped into this one. That is crap. Don't you have to watch this? You don't do stuff like that when it comes to your life, your happiness, and your joy. You don't jump into a relationship just because of what people will say. And most of us will make that mistake every day. Ladies, wake up. Don't get into any relationship because of what your peers will say. Your girlfriend, they will say, oh, somebody dumped you, so you want to use your hard-earned money to marry a man. What did you tell your parents, Tonto Dikeh? You brought a man to marry you, and you have to spend the little money God gave to you to make him come marry you. And this girl have the guts. Because I'm speaking as a woman now. This is a disgrace to us. This girl have the guts to come on YouTube, social media that wide, to say that she paid for everything and she bought the clothes that he wore and she did it. Many women have done that and they didn't work out with the guy. They moved on with their lives because it's very shameful. It's a taboo, not only in Nigeria, all over the world. I'm thinking except Indians, who have the culture that the parents of the girl will marry the man. Hey, I don't know how that one will work, but that's the people who do stuff like that. But in real life, a woman doesn't pay her own bride price. And Tonto Dikeh, a beautiful, hardworking actress in Nollywood, my country, decided to be the man instead of being the woman by using her hard-earned money to pay for her own bride price, to do her own wedding, and to clothe the man on her wedding day, as beautiful, as young as she is. And I started feeling shy for her. Listening to her, I was feeling shy myself. Not that she did something wrong, but bringing it on national TV now and national media, who cares? That was her cut. She decided to make a fool out of herself. And that is why that guy dumped her without no remorse. Because he didn't spend nothing anyways. He knew, right in his mind, that Tonto Dikeh is crazily in love with him. I don't know if it's love or lust. I don't understand it. That was why he allowed her to pay for everything. What is our respect, women? And where is this respect going to? That you have to have a man and you have to sponsor the man for everything. If you have chosen that life, don't bring it on social media when the things will fall apart and center cannot hold. Because I always believe that when a woman and a man are in a relationship and the man worked hard for that relationship, it takes time for him to drop it anyhow. Because this guy did not work hard in the relationship, it was nothing for him to just dump her and keep on going. But when a man saves some cash in his account and have to use all his 7, 8 years, 10 years savings to marry a woman, to make this woman proud, to make this woman happy, he will not dump this woman anyhow after thinking about the journey and knowing that he's already empty just in the name of getting married to this woman. He will at least, let her a little bit, see if things can work out, knowing about what he went through. But when you didn't sponsor anyone, you didn't do nothing about the marriage, instead the woman married you. It doesn't take a blink for a man to dump you. Yes, Sister Helen, of course. The man will dump you and keep on going and doesn't feel no remorse. So I'm just begging Tonto Dikeh, for the sake of us women, drop it and keep on going. You're too young, too beautiful, hardworking, smart, financially okay as a lady at the age of 35. Why are you stooping low? There's a saying people always say, what goes around turns around. This very lady was laughing at Mercy Johnson after putting to bed, I think, her third child, and went back to work a week or two after that. And that bad story went viral. This one that we're talking now, I hope it will go viral. Everybody start sharing and invite someone else. Tonto Dikeh was laughing at Mercy Johnson, and made it a very serious issue. Like, how can she say she's married to a prince and then she put to bed 1 week after she's going back to work? What kind of lifestyle and slavery is this? Do you see what happens now? Mercy Johnson is still working, still married, and still happy. But Tonto Dikeh is not a woman, because she married her husband. So she's the man in the family. You see how God does things? That's why she's eating up herself and crying and getting depressed because of her mouth. Tonto Dikeh need to stop and take a deep breath. Every one of us, most of us have made mistake, but we have to learn from our mistake. Somebody is in love with that girl watching us. Somebody cares about Tonto Dikeh. But guess what? Her test might not be the person's test. And again, she coming on national media saying this thing over and over again, how she paid for daycare, how she do this, do that, and the husband is not paying for the child's daycare, the child is in school, a 3-year-old, what kind of Cambridge is he on in Nigeria? Cambridge in Nigeria, 3-year-old. It's a daycare. Okay, it could be the best daycare in Abuja or the best daycare in Lagos, whatever. You don't have to announce those things. Most women are doing it worse and better things and hard things than this girl. And we'll keep it within us and God. Somebody reach out to Tonto Dikeh, please. Somebody encourage her to stop the crap on national media. Bringing the documents of divorce and others, showing it on national media doesn't make it any better. This guy has moved on. She needs to move on and gather herself. She used to be so pretty, but I'm looking at her on YouTube the other day. I started praying for her. She's so stressed out. She's so depressed. She's lost. And we need to reach out to our sister. I don't want to overjudge her, but I want to tell her to learn from her mistake. If not, she's going to repeat the same pattern again. You don't force love. I've discussed about love many times. Love is a natural thing. And it's a two-way road, you know. You give me, I give you. We'll be there for each other in times of sickness and everything, richness or poverty and all that. Real love stands the test of time. When things fall apart like that and center cannot hold, there's no amendment. Then it wasn't love anyways. Love always has the room to say, let me give another chance. This guy is not ready to deal with her. And she's not ready to deal with this guy anymore. Move on. Bringing your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, brother-in-laws, and all that in the picture doesn't make it right. Tonto, you made a major mistake. You really messed up. You made a major mistake by going to pay for your own dowry, by going to marry yourself in the name of getting married. You made a major mistake. And we can't help you on that. Learn from it. Move on. And don't make other women look bad. Everyone, even those who could not talk to you, are contributing to your lifestyle now, saying whatever they feel like saying. Oh, she needs to stop. Oh, but when she was there, this and that. And this girl is telling us she's been in a domestic violent relationship. All those why. Why did you not stop that before you get married? When you know that someone, men or women, when they start beating each other, it has to take God. It doesn't change anything. Domestic violence is a serious issue. Domestic violence is not even a joke. People get killed, a lot of stuff get into the relationship, family members, enmity and all that. You don't deserve that. You need to move on and stop coming on national media, the time you're spending talking about your relationship and how you paid your bride price, how you did the wedding by yourself. makes you look more stupid than you even thought that you are. You're not helping anybody. I'm thinking right now, Tonto Dikeh should be using her situation to encourage another lady out there to talk to other women, to tell them not to go the same route that she went to tell another sister to be still and hold on. I'm thinking she should be able to motivate someone else with her mistake in life, like we did. Divorce is not something that just happened overnight. Everyone, even when you have a boyfriend and you broke up with the boyfriend or girlfriend or your significant other, there's always a reason, there's always a sign. There's always something that happens for stuff to happen. It doesn't just happen overnight and then there's no longer a relationship. No, there's always signs. But most times we ignore these signs. And at the end of the day, it will land us the place it was supposed to land us. Unfortunately, we don't think it will land us there, but it gets there because we did not pay attention. But those signs are there. Tonto Dikeh, you knew that this guy doesn't care about you. He doesn't love you. Why would you push yourself to the point of paying for everything on your wedding and your marriage price and everything? And you're saying it on national TV. Why are you doing that to we women, especially we Africans? Why? I can tell you, Genevieve had a baby outside any marriage. Not Genevieve. The daughter is almost 26 or 27 years old now in London, a graduate, doing very well. This girl kept her private life so solid. She never discussed about the father of her child. She never discussed how she was raped or anything that happened for her to have that child. She did so well in the industry and in the world. She's an ambassador today. Is she better than Tonto Dikeh? No. She's not better, but she handled her situation in a very positive and better way. Yes, we know actresses, come on now, they always say they're celebrities. Come on, sure, whatever. Yes, they are. But you need to learn how to carry yourself. The courage in life matters a lot, especially for women. The courage in life is very, very important. Genevieve is one of my favorite actresses in Nollywood. Not that she's the most beautiful. Look at me, look at Genevieve. I'm 100% beautiful than that girl. 200% beautiful than Genevieve. Look at me. When it comes to education, I'm 100% educated than Genevieve, right from Nigeria till now. Look at me, financially, I'm better than her. I don't care what they're paying them as Nollywood actors and actresses. She's not that wealthy, but the way she carried herself took her to a level of being the most richest among those actors and actresses right now. You come from family background, she's not better. But guess what? Her courage, the way she loves herself and carry herself, the way she nurture herself, give that girl an upper hand among all those ladies in the Nollywood. That is what I'm talking about. She have her dirty linings too. She have dirty things behind her. But she doesn't let media come into her private life. Just like me, I don't bring my children picture and be posting on Facebook and all that. That's my private life. I don't want anybody interfering with my children's life. The only child of me that you guys will see on Facebook was my deceased child, because he's the baby, he's always following mommy everywhere. But my other two, I don't have to post them on TV to show that I'm training them well. You have to have respect for yourself. You have to learn how to differentiate yourself from your peers. Tonto Dikeh needs that, and we need to help her. Facebook fans, as you're watching, share this video. This girl is really draining in pain because of her marriage. She's really hurting. Tonto is no longer beautiful. She's no longer attractive anymore to me the way she used to be because she's depressed. We need to reach out to her to drop this issue of going to national media talking about her past. She needs to turn it to a positive thing. Oh yes, I've made mistake. Ladies, don't pay for your own price. When it comes to marriage, Ladies, don't ignore the signs and signals of unhealthy relationship. Ladies, don't stand for domestic violence. Don't give it a room for 2-3 times. Drop it when once you see those signs. That's what I'm expecting of this girl. That is exactly what I'm expecting of us. Like I tell women, when it comes to a man putting his hand on me, Jesus Christ, you know, that part of me, yeah, honestly, I will see myself in hell before I even realize that I have killed somebody. Did I just say that? Any man that put his hand on me, in my marriage, that was not the case. My ex never put his hand on me. He knows the limit. We had our differences, and he never cheated on me. We had our differences of not addressing valuable things in relationship. That was where our own mistake came from. Everybody wants to run their own way. But as for domestic violence, am I still, my eyes is open right here. That's right. I can't take it. And no woman should nurture domestic violence. No woman should wait for the second time to happen for you to wake up. No woman should double think when it comes to domestic violence. No woman should fast when it comes to domestic violence. Same thing to men. If you're a man that the wife hit on, don't wait for a miracle to come from heaven. Domestic violence is not acceptable at all. And for people like Tonto Dikeh to take in that, according to her, all these few months they were together or so. That's why I say mentally she's not matured. She could be 35 or 36, whatever, but mentally, Tonto Dikeh is not matured yet. So we need to help her to grow up. And not only that, I want us to be very careful the way we judge people. The husband have not spoken about what is happening now in their relationship, why they broke up. Remember, it's only Tonto Dikeh's side that we're seeing on YouTube and all that. And most times, we cannot judge her husband based on what she's telling us. It's always two ways. I have my own thoughts about my relationship, what happened. I can't just put it on him alone. I have my own thoughts too. So is Tonto going to tell us exactly what happened? Or she's telling us about what the husband and family did to her and how she paid for her own price? She needs to drop it now because I'm really getting out of my comfort zone about we Africans. Truth be told, why would you be in a relationship, a man is beating you up and you think there will be a miracle and you're not even a prayerful person to say that you pray so hard? How would you just sit there and watch him beat you up and the mother is watching, and when they didn't video it when he was beating you? Who's going to be taking the video? The mom? To put it on social media for both of you because both of you are chicken and the fish? And the brothers and the families are watching him beat you and nobody said about that. You want us to clap for you that, yeah, you want domestic violence. Who is a witness? Who did you tell? If Nigeria can award you custody, according to you, Tonto Dikeh, Nigeria is changing. I've not been home for a while. So people go to divorce now and they get custody of their children and child support. Hey, Jesus. And this man is paying you child support of how much thousand that she was saying? That's almost $600 in US, converting the amount she said the guy supposed to pay in a monthly. It means he was not broke. Because anyone in America paying child support for $600 is making at least $3,000 to $5,000 or $6,000 in a month. So if this guy is making $6,000 in a month, that's about 2.something million in Nigeria. Then he's not a broke ass like Tonto said. See, that's why I said she needs to be wise and think before she talk. You're the one that paid your bride price. You did everything for this guy. But the government awarded him to pay you child support that is worth $600 in American money in Nigeria. And you think this guy is broke? I want you to want it. It's making the guy look good, because if he's paying $600 equivalent in Nigerian money for child support of the child both of you had, then he's not a broke ass like Tonto said he is. That's why I'm saying she's sick. Tonto Dikeh need help. You're telling us you sponsored your wedding, you sponsored your diary, you sponsored everything, you buy him clothes, you do this to him. You took him to court for child support. And the government in Nigeria, Abuja, awarded him $600 equivalent in Nigerian money to pay for his child every month. And you're telling me he doesn't have money? This guy is making almost 6K compared to American money. That's like 2.something million. So he's really wealthy, but he decided to use you anyway. How is he going to afford $600 every month for a child support when he doesn't have nothing for himself? Do you see where we need to be wise? Sometimes we talk and we don't know how we're saying it, and we don't articulate things that are coming out, and we contradict ourselves. Tonto Dikeh is contradicting herself. And I'm saying it because it's no longer funny. Especially we that are foreigners. We the Nigerians. Men and women alike. She's contradicting stuff. And I'm not among the people who will feel sorry for her. I'm just worried about her mental status. That's all. Psychologically, that's what I'm worried about. Because some people go through separation, especially when they love the man more than the man loves them. It breaks them down completely. And that is why some women too are in a domestic violence relationship, but they can't go out because they care so much about this guy. They feel less of themselves. They don't know that there's a better guy out there. They don't know that they can do better without all these junks. And men, the same thing. You tolerate a woman so much that you don't know there are better women out there. Living in bondage. Things fall apart and the center cannot hold. You guys know I can't say anything without that. Because it's true. When things fall apart, when you push yourself in a place that you're not supposed to be, and that place is not meant for you, but you find yourself in there and you stuck yourself in there, you keep pushing yourself, you keep doing everything to make it work. It's not going to work. It won't work because it wasn't meant to be. It's like you're doing business, and the business didn't work out. You don't have to lament on that and stay stuck on that story of your business not working out instead of trying something else. She's now a mom. I expected her at the age of 30-something plus to be more matured, to focus on her child, to think of what to do, to strategize, and do better. Love this child in as much as you and the dad are no longer together. Love the child. Do all that you can. Financially, you can take care of your child. If the guy doesn't want to do it, we can't force him. But thank God, he's paying child support. Even if he's not going to be consistent all the time, focus. This is where single women draw their strength. By being focused, by doing better, and forget about the past. Because the more you hold on to this past, the more you're delaying your future. It's not a good thing for you to be coming on national media every time talking about your ex and all you did. It's not making it look better. Honestly, Bro Simeon, you're here. God bless you. Honestly, it's not going to make it look better by talking down on the guy, because we haven't had the opportunity to interview that guy. I've not seen his interview. I think I'm going to search and see if he has been interviewed and what is coming out of his own mouth. But the few that I watch on the YouTube, he wasn't really argumentative about it. He was just, saying that he pays child support, something like that. And come on now, that child is also his child. He also loves his child. No matter how we say it, he cares about his child too. But the relationship is not working. Doesn't mean that we should become enemies. Tonto Dikeh, Drop it, be happy so you can be able to see clearly and not to make the same mistake again. Drop it and stay focused. You do a lot of charity work just like I do, reaching out to the people who need help. That should be your focus right now. It's not about this guy. You're wasting too much time and talking about him, exposing your past life. It doesn't make you look good. And it doesn't make women like us look good. It makes you to look like a weak vessel. And it's not right. And a victim to domestic violence, a victim to womanhood, a victim to the nation, a victim to mothers. And watch what you say about other actresses, What goes around comes around. You see, Mercy Johnson is still in her marriage right now. I'm watching you go through this mental torture, and she never uttered a word to you. Mercy have never replied anything that Tonto Dikeh said all about her. That's the girl I'm talking about. That's what I talk about, strong ladies. She sat back and she just watched. The Bible said you will behold the downfall of your enemies. And look at her today. Doing what she loved doing, acting every time. Being a good mother in her family. And keeping her home intact. We don't want to talk about our home, our negative things. When that guy was good to Tonto, did she also talk about that? But all through the story was all about bad things. No time was it good. Why did you end up there when you know he's not the right guy for you? You called him names and all that. It's okay. Move on. Sometimes we cannot help it. Move on and be happy, Tonto Dikeh. Women, men alike. We don't fake love. Love is very unique. Love is a good thing. Love can make you look handsome, look beautiful, have peace of mind when you find true love. When you're in a relationship, there's no smiling moment. Everybody's just there. I don't understand how people do it. Honestly. Some people will say, oh, well, Jay, that's why you're still single. I say, oh, well, hey. That's why I will be single, because I'm looking for the true one. I need to be happy. I don't have patience for domestic violence. I don't have patience for a lying tongue. I don't have patience for braggarts, who say they're this, and guess what? I don't have that kind of patience. You don't have to marry a millionaire, to be happy. What matters is honesty, truthfulness, support, love, unique love, whereby you are not hiding nothing from me. I'm not hiding nothing from you. The little that we have will work together. That's all that matters. That is love. Working together for one purpose. You understand? Love doesn't have to be that your husband is rich or your wife is rich. No. But the little that God has given us will stay together and cherish one another. That is love. Love is not proud. I did this. I'm the one paying this bill. I'm the one doing that. When you start doing stuff like that, there is no love, because saying it out, the heart has been bleeding. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Don't force yourself. Yes, Sister Bolaji, you're very right. God-fearing and contentment. Yes, ma'am. That is the main thing in love. Thank you very much, sis. Love, be contented with what you have. Have the fear of God. When a woman is always talking, oh, my husband is not doing this, I'm the one doing this, doing that, who's going to give you the credit? You want an accolade? You want me to mention your national TV that you're the one paying bills and doing everything? Hello, you're doing it and you're comfortable doing it. Stop complaining. Call it out. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Deal with it so we can hear something. If you're not happy, then leave the person alone. Don't make your life miserable and then make everybody's life miserable because you want us to be telling you, oh, it is well. Oh, no. Gone are those days. Nobody's here to, pamper anyone. When you make mistake, admit it, amend, and just face it. If you can't face it, things fall apart, well, whatever. Stop stressing yourself. Stop trying to please people. Nobody cares. Nobody give a damn. Sorry, guys. Nobody give a damn about how you're dealing in your relationship. We all have our own problems. You see people that are divorced. Oh, you condemn them, especially in churches. They look at you like, and some of them you're saying hello, they're looking at their husbands. And I'm asking myself, do I look like I'm one a broke ass man? You sitting there in the church, you can't even smell good. And you think I want your husband? What do I need him for? You understand? This is ignorant. If you're happy, be happy. We're happy for you. Rejoice. Yes, sis. Nobody have time for that. Be yourself. Be happy. If you're not happy, find a way to make yourself happy. Like I said, we cannot help you if you don't help yourself. All we can do is encourage one another, and those who will learn will pick from it. A man married you 2 years, anniversary, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. He has never bought you a gift. And then you complain to everybody that say, oh, he has never bought me a gift since we married. Oh, I'm not happy. Why are you complaining to me? Can you turn around and talk to your husband? Sometimes some men don't know they have to buy gifts for their wives. Oh, yes, Sister Bolaji. She said, this happiness is free of charge. Like I said on one of my videos, very expensive. Happiness is too expensive. I'm telling you guys, happiness is very expensive. Honestly, if you cannot do it for yourself, your spouse will not be the one to do it for you. Your father and your mother, they will not do it for you. Even as I'm here saying it, I'm not going to fulfill your happiness. It's a personal issue. Very, very expensive. Peace of mind, too expensive. It is how you make it. Like I told Tonto Dikeh, this is attributed to her. She needs to come out of her shell and shut up. We don't want to be hearing about all that negative about this young guy. Nothing good about the guy has come out of Tonto's mouth. But still, people are just sitting there, nobody want to say it. That's why I said, somebody share this video so she can hear. She's making some women look bad. If all these things happened for you, and you stayed in that marriage, at the same time, you paid for your own price, and you did your own wedding, we can't help her. She has to help herself. There's nothing we can do about it. Honestly, but I thank God she's a mom. Probably that will make her to grow up, But happiness, like Sister Bolaji said, is too expensive. It's free of charge. You choose to be happy, you'll be happy. If you want to be in misery, you'll be in misery. I see people that have been together, either they're dating or married, for 15, 20 years. The same negative thing they are saying is still the same negative thing. Nothing has changed. Nothing good is in the marriage. But they are still in that marriage. I get confused myself. Like, why are you still saying it? You've been in it for 15 years, 18 years, 20 years, more than that. You've been in the same relationship. The same thing that has been happening from that year that you were married is still happening to you right now as I'm talking to you. And you still calling people, telling them about the same story. I tell some friends, don't call me for stuff like that, because I will not even, I won't put it together when my mouth will start speaking. You know, my mouth will speak before I even think. You understand where I'm coming from? I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of it. You are happy. Quit pretending and quit lying. Over 5 years of relationship, from the first time the man said, I want you to be my girlfriend, and you're dating 5 good years, you are at the age of getting married, he has never proposed to you. There's no discussion about where are we going. You break up today, you stand 2 weeks, 1 month, you come back, you spend another 6 months, you break up. Then you're thinking there's a miracle he will get married to you one day. That's living in bondage. It doesn't take a real man who knows what he wants up to 1 year to 2 years to know that this woman, I can live with this woman. It doesn't take that long. And I always tell women, don't shut up and sit down and just watch the relationship be going and falling apart and get up and fall apart, except if you don't want to settle down. For me, don't feel shy to ask a man who is going out with you after 1 month to like, oh boy, what is your plan for this relationship? Men don't care. If you don't ask them, they will be rolling with you, with other ladies and with other women and concubines everywhere, because they feel like you don't care. But a woman should be able to ask, we've been together for 3 months. What's your plan? Where are we going with this relationship? It's not a taboo. When you ask them, looking at their eyes, you see their answers. Some of them will tell you, oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. 2 months later, you ask again, 5 months is going. They still want to talk about it. It's not a grown man. Mr. Charles, thank you for joining me on board. God bless you. Don't compromise your love. Don't compromise your happiness, your joy, your peace of mind. Yes, it takes the grace of God, my sister. It does take the grace of God. Yes, Sister Bolaji said we need to grow up and move on in life. We all need to forgive and forget for peace to reign. By so doing, positive things will happen in our families. Yes, we need to forgive and forget and move on. That is a good idea. But if you're not happy, you can't just allow someone else to define your happiness. You cannot sit down and watch somebody to mold your joy for you. You can't sit down in a relationship that is not bringing you joy because you're waiting on God. Sister Bolaji, you're very right, but you know, when it comes to forgiveness and forgetfulness, those two things are different. When you forgive someone, which is a command from heaven, we don't have to be husband and wife for me to forgive you. It's an attribute of Christianity. It's something that God wants us to do among us, among your spouse, among family members, children, friends, and well-wishers. We are supposed to forgive people their shortcomings so that our Father in heaven can forgive us. That has nothing to do with forgetting. When somebody has stabbed you so much, when someone has treated you so low, and you forgive them, doesn't mean you should forget what they did. If we forget what they did, how come sometimes our God in heaven reprimands us? Because he doesn't forget, but he has forgiven us. And that's why sometimes if we are doing something, it comes up again for us to learn from it. That is God not forgetting that you went through the wrong route. My dear, come back here. Or he make you bump your leg again so you will remember your past. In a relationship, you've been in a domestic violent relationship, somebody beating you up all the time. It could be a woman that beat the husband up. Don't get me wrong, some women are crazy. Some ladies are tigers in the bush. Some men are also that way. Then you forget them and you moved on. You came into another relationship after 1, 2 years or 3 years. This guy one day lost his mind and beat you. You're not going to forget that you've been beaten up by another guy. There's no way you can forget that. You will flash back right away. Oh my God. News flash. Someone just beat me again. And that's where I said, don't be stupid and ignorant of the truth. Tell yourself the truth. That is the boundary that every human being needs to draw, especially when it comes to love. How could you love me and want me to cry all the time? What does love have to do with pain? How could you love someone and use my Christianity as a shortcoming in my life? Because you know I am a God-fearing woman. You know that I trust God so much. You know that the Bible, we understood what the Bible said, forgive and forget. And then you use it as a point of contact to repeat things and want me to be forgiving you and forgetting. That's foolishness. You don't have to be stupid to be a Christian. The Bible also said we should be wise as the serpent. Meaning that you should read in between the lines. People tell me sometimes, Jesse, why is it that when you see a guy, you start, analyzing the guy? I say, my dear, I start shining my eye, sharp, because I don't want to be hurt again. That doesn't make me look bad. I don't want to be around somebody that will hurt me again. So if I'm shining my eyes trying to analyze and, see this, it's not that I'm doing too much. I'm just being careful. And the Bible said I should be as wise as a serpent. Tonto Dikeh, what happened to her? If she doesn't learn from this, then it becomes a pattern. You understand? When it becomes a pattern, sorry guys, then it's a problem. When stuff becomes a pattern, it's a problem. We have to stop domestic violence. We have to stop foolishness. And we have to differentiate weakness to ignorance. Some people are weak for the fact that they don't know what to do or how to act. But some of us is an ignorant. They know exactly that this is wrong. They know that this is not acceptable. But they pretend because they don't want people to say something. How can you find peace and joy and happiness when you cannot differentiate evil from good? Honestly, in life, love is a very serious issue. I always tell people, this word love is very deep. It's not as easy as it sounds. Simple letter, L-O-V-E, just 4 letters like that. But it's mighty. It's very deep. It's very, very deep. Love is a deep thing. Love is very deep. Love is very deep. And that's why when I talk about Tonto Dikeh today, I feel sorry for her. Because she is a victim of love. And somebody will ask me, what do I mean? Tonto Dikeh have fallen victim of love, like every other woman that had been in that shoe did. Like most women who has been in domestic violence, they did. Like most men who fell victim for domestic violence. Like most men who doesn't know how to move on with their life anymore. Victims of love. And what are we talking about? When love is on one side, that side where the love is always getting hot. I hope I'm making sense. When love is on a man loves a woman so much, he gets hot all the time. He gets all the time, beating up with love. He gets down all the time because of love. And when a woman is in love with a man, that same thing goes to that woman. She becomes a victim. She gets abused. She gets torn apart. She gets destroyed. She gets every pain for the sake of love. But when two people are in love with each other, that is where they conquer most times. Victims of love stay in there. Most of them get killed because they are being ignorant of the meaning of love. When you love someone and they don't see it reciprocating, or they are not giving back to you, you are in the wrong place. When you are the only one who cares about your partner, about your significant other, you're the only one who is worried if she is okay. I hope she's doing well. Baby, are you all right today? How was your night? Have you eaten? Are you going to work? If you're the only one saying that, most times people take advantage of that. And they do whatever they want to do. Thank you, Sister Bolaji. They treat you however they want to treat you, knowing that you care about them. When they come back, you're still going to take them back. When they finish misbehaving, they will still come back to you. You take them back because you care and you love them so much. People that love others so much are the ones that get cheated on. And it's very sad that you love someone so much, they take advantage of you. They can sleep around with men or sleep around with women because they know when you come back, your love will take you back. But guess what? If we both love each other, if Tonto and that guy have fallen in love with each other, even if they did not make a good marriage, their story will not be on national media just like that. Tonto will have respect about the relationship she had in the past with the guy. She will reserve some certain things, for the sake of love. Same thing with the guy. But they're on national media talking evil and saying all negative things because there was no unique love anyways. Love makes you look like you're stupid even when you're wise. When you love someone, I tell people there is no excuse for a man to beat on the woman. No excuse whatsoever is accepted by me. I don't know someone else's opinion. I'm talking about me. When a man can raise his hand and beat his wife, I don't see any atom of love in there. I don't care how anyone says it. I don't care how we want to compromise it. When once a man beats the wife or the girlfriend, there is no love at all. I'm telling you all the truth. For you to be at that position of raising your hand to beat a woman, that cancels everything you preached about love. A matured man should be able to control his temperament. Be able to work out. I know women, will talk a lot sometimes. As a matter of fact, all the time. Women will run our mouth so much. We'll talk so much. Sometimes we'll use our mouth to kill a man while he's still alive. And society sees it as if it's okay. That we women will go will talk, destroy this man, and to a point the man cannot take it. Some men will push them so much, we'll push them to the edge with our tongue and things that are coming out of it, to the point the brother will lose his mind and just go boom. And guess what? When that happens, I'm not going to give the man a credit for beating the woman because she could have walked out of the relationship, go outside, go take a break instead of beating her. When a man is a beater, there is no love at all. I tell people, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a wife or husband, that you see them cry and it doesn't move you, that is not love. Every time your wife is crying because she's struggling so much, she's in pain, she's going through a lot, and you don't give a damn or shit about it, I'm sorry. There is no love in that relationship. I don't care what people say. Because love is supposed to nurture. Love is supposed to care. Love is supposed to feel what I'm feeling. You might not make it all right for me, but you should be able to see that your wife is not happy. Ask yourself, how can she be so in pain? What do I do to make you happy, baby? What do I do for things to work out? That is love speaking. when it's all about you, there is no love there. Yes, Sister Balaji, you're 100% right. Sister Balaji said, since he cannot beat himself, he has no right to beat his wife. Weak men beat their wives. Yes, man, you're right. That's exactly how I say it. And we need to advocate that. We need to say it to the women. We need to sing it to their ears. Domestic violence is not acceptable. I don't care who you are, what you're getting in that relationship. Tonto, Dikeh, drop it. Stop talking on national media. Quit. It doesn't make it right that you were on domestic violence, your mother-in-law be watching your husband beating you. It doesn't really add up. Being exposed the way you are and educated, and we've been singing the word domestic violence. It is not acceptable to any woman or any man. Domestic violence is wrong. It's a taboo to my ears. So when a woman thinks it's okay to be saying it, oh, I was beating up this and that and that and that, seek help. Those men are monsters. I'm sorry. A man that thinks it's okay to beat his wife, don't tell me, I didn't mean to beat, it was a mistake. Excuse you. We're going to cut off that hand. For real. Any man touch me, we're going to chop off that hand for real. You won't use it anymore. You can't use those hands. It's going to go out your body for real, for real. You must not beat me. So no woman, I get so pissed when I see that women think it's okay for a man to beat them, domestic violence. He was beating me, he's been beating me. Get help right away. Back home, I used to hear that in Africa, nobody cares. I think I did a series on domestic violence, and one guy was saying, oh, that's in America. In Africa here, we beat our wives, they can't do anything about it. I was so angry, like, don't say that on national media. It's not right. And when people like this, our actors and actresses think it's okay, it makes that justification okay. That back home you can beat your wife and nothing will happen, but it's a taboo in America. It's not like that back home, it's our tradition. That is just a lie from the pit of hell. It's not our tradition that men should beat their wives. It's the tradition of the monsters. It's not the tradition of Nigeria or any part of Africa. Yes, it's happening, but it's not a tradition. It's happening because our governments are not sitting up against domestic violence. They are not doing nothing about it. Doesn't make it right anyways. Most ladies has been killed in the process of domestic violence. Most men have been murdered. And you think it's okay in our country that our men will get up and start beating the women, and you want us to compromise that and say, yeah, it's okay. It's a taboo in the first world country, this and that. No, it's not okay anywhere. How long are we going to talk about domestic violence? It's not okay. It's not acceptable. I'm still saying it in case those that are not Africans watching us. It is not okay. It's not acceptable in my country. Though governments are not doing it as serious as it is. But guess what? It's not okay. I remember when I was growing up, my dad would send boys in my village to go and bring a man in his own village for beating a woman from my town. That's when I was like 7, 8 years old. So what makes it okay right now when I'm in the US? It's not okay at all. Yes, Sister B said there was a movement in Nigeria recently and a law in place now that is against it, especially in Lagos. Also, yes, ma'am. You see that's an information. In Lagos, if you are in Lagos, there is no room for domestic violence. Go to the police. I know they take bribe and all that. We know that. But still, it's not acceptable. Speak up. Tell somebody about your situation. Don't let these men, these bad monsters be hitting and killing us like that. Very dangerous habit, my sister Bolaji. Dangerous. It's so painful. It's not okay. And most Nigerian guys in the States, or African guys, quote, quote, excuse my language, let me not just say Nigeria, most foreigners in the state who have decided to maintain their culture according to them, that it's okay for them to beat women, are still doing it. And I'm wondering, why are these women letting men beat on them? Why? Some of them will have the gut to say, we have children, I have kids with him. Where am I running to right now? My family will not even support me, this and that. Since he's been beating you, what is your family doing? Are they beating him up? No. So nobody give them about family or brothers and sisters who will stand for you. Stand for yourself. Domestic violence is not acceptable. It makes me sick when I speak about it. Because I've seen some people murdered being in domestic violence. I've seen women commit suicide because of what they went through in their marriages. They couldn't take it. They killed themselves and leave their children. I have seen it happen, and I have heard about it. I've read about it. Scientists is telling us the proof there is happening. Why are we still, nurturing the word domestic violence and thinking it's okay? Yes, sister. God bless you. We're communicating. Men are so silent as if somebody's whipping them at the wrong side. They are so silent. Nobody's saying nothing about men. You guys are not saying nothing right now because some of us think it's okay to beat on your girlfriend or your wife. It's not okay. It's not okay at all. Domestic violence is not okay. I can't even speak on it enough. Tonto Dikeh just got me so pissed. I didn't want to come to Facebook today. But that girl is driving me nuts. I know it's not my business, but it is my business because she's a woman. I am a woman. I've been divorced. I've been there. I have never experienced domestic violence. But for her to be experiencing it and think it's okay for her to say it, her mother-in-law is watching, the husband is beating her, the families are there, and you stayed there, makes it like men think back home that it's okay. It's not okay. We need to stop and face the reality. Speak up. Sister B said in Lagos it has been legalized now. Nobody should do no domestic violence to any woman or woman beating the man. Because sometimes some women beat their husbands, I don't know how they do it, but and sometimes too, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Some women will beat on men now. That's a good one. It's not only us that they will be beaten. If a woman can slash it out of the husband, go ahead, sister girl. It's all domestic violence. We'll talk about it later. At least let some women beat some men. They're not the only people that can beat us, Some women, if you can slap a man, go ahead and do some little domestic violence for them so that we too we can feel good, like, oh, that sister. Because it's been us who have been the victims, women, and it's not good. Stability said, do you know that sadness is contributing to a lot of sickness? Oh yes. Sister Balaji, I think you have a point there. When you are silent going through domestic violence, you are hurting yourself emotionally. And emotional hurt is the worst hurt. Emotional depression is the worst depression so far because you are dealing with it inside of you and you cannot speak out. Most people emotionally wreck themselves and they are like human beings walking cars, walking around, but emotionally they're drained because you want to keep silent about what is happening to you. Amalachi, God bless you for joining me from Dallas. Emotional silence concerning domestic violence is a killer. Don't be silent about it. Speak up. You'll be surprised. Look for help. Don't sit down and let a man beat you up all the time. That's what I want to share with my Facebook fans, that Tonto Dikeh should stop. She should turn her situation to a positive one. Let us speak about domestic violence. Let's make awareness that another person in my country will not go through that. How could a beautiful girl like that say she's going through domestic violence all this while she said she was married? The mother-in-law will watch the husband be beating on her and all that. Can you just imagine that? This is a girl who I know supports the relief of domestic violence, but now she's a victim, and she could not say it all this while, and she couldn't work out. Till now that there's no marriage, then she thinks she can say it out. Do you guys see the lesson that we've learned from this? That most women are dying in silence because of fear and shame of what people will say. They manage to stay in that marriage. They don't want to tell us how they're living until it's too late. Why do we all pretend? This is why I said don't compete with nobody, because you don't know what they're going through. Some people, I know when that girl got married, Tonto Dikeh was all over. Oh, Tonto, I even thought that she married the former president, whatever, grandson, a big great-grandson or something. Not meant that guy was not related to Nigerian president, ex-president, or anything. You know, it was all over the place. Oh, she's married to a wealthy guy. All of a sudden now, the guy doesn't have a dime in his pocket. For you? Reality be told, domestic violence is not fun. Domestic violence is not acceptable. Be it to the old, the young, and the middle age, domestic violence is not acceptable. It's an individual stuff now. You take it if you want to take it, and don't tell us that you're taking it. Don't complain if you're comfortable. But if you're uncomfortable with what is happening in your home, speak up. Tell somebody. Because if you don't ask, you will not find. If you don't knock, the door will not be open to you. If you don't seek help, we cannot bring you help. So, if you're unhappy and somebody's beating you up, the ball is on your court. You have to make it known to someone, because you never know where your breakthrough will come. And if you don't tell us, we don't know, and we cannot help you. There's too many help out there, everywhere, all over the world. Domestic violence is happening every day. Still, every day, people are getting help. What does that tell you? It's not acceptable. People are still doing it, and some people are getting help. Those who want to get help. Be among those who are working towards ending domestic violence. As an actress, Tonto Dikeh doesn't make it right for her to go through that. Probably she was covering herself, being that she talked too much about other people's relationship. She was ashamed of saying how she's feeling. But you see what I tell people? Things fall apart, center cannot hold. When you are in a bad relationship, if you like, tell someone. One day, somebody will know. And that's what happened. Now she's hurting, she's depressed. Let's not judge her so much, but let's pray that she can see this video somehow, or someone who knows her, and she can see the view of others about what happened to her. Tonto Dikeh, we are so sorry that your relationship did not work out. Girlfriend, you've been on domestic violence all this while, doesn't make it right. We're all advocating to stop domestic violence among us. Please turn your situation to a positive one. Forgive him. Be strong, because you're a strong young lady. Take care of your baby. Move on with your life. And advocate for others who are victims of domestic violence. That is the message. You're not the first one. You will not be the last. Domestic violence is a recurring issue in the whole world. It has nothing to do with Nigeria alone. It's all over, even here in America. Even foreigners, white and black and yellow, people are still beating on their wives. And some of them will tell you, I didn't mean to beat you. It was a mistake. A mistake. Involuntary action of the hand. That's what I call it. Involuntary action of the hand. The hand was supposed to be like this involuntarily due to the sensory nerves. The hand ended up in slapping the woman here. Hello? hmm Involuntary action. Sister Bolaji said some women are after handsome and richness. Please, ladies, get yourself something better to do in life. No matter what, don't allow any man to use you. God bless you. Sister Bolaji, then why are you reading my mind? I'm trying to be nice, not to go that deep, but you're going deep right now. Sister Bolaji, God bless you. You're going to you know what I mean? There. I didn't want to go there, but since he's decided to touch that part, so let's touch it a little bit. Hey, Sister Rita said, Sister Bolaji, you're very right. I'm telling you, hey, Holy Ghost. Okay, since we decided to point out that side, this is talk show. That's what women do and men do. So let's talk about women going after handsomeness and richness. Let's talk now. You see, in Tonto Dikeh's case, I've seen the ex-husband picture. He's not that handsome. And I was thinking, is our ex-president's grandchild or great-grandchild or ex-great? I don't understand. What am I saying? I was thinking the brother is connected to our ex-president. But unfortunately, he got nothing to do with our ex-president. So his ass, according to Tonto, was poor. I don't know him financially. I don't know him physically, emotionally. But based on our young sister's review, she said he was broke, that she paid for everything about her wedding. And she even bought his clothes for him to appear as the husband. Can we see how stupid some women can be? So in that case now, Sister Bolaji, what is this girl looking for with that guy that is broke? Probably she thought it was ex-president's son or something. I thought all of them are in Nigeria. How would they not know? Because he's not that handsome. If you talk about Rancy Newell them on Nollywood, I would say the brother is very handsome. If you mention people like that, my head will start going, oh, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. Handsome brother. Brother is married. Thank you, Jesus, for the wife. But when it comes to handsomeness, that brother is not that handsome. And Tonto confirmed that he's poor. He's not rich. He does 911 or something. Sister B said she not care. Since Sister Bolaji decided to go through that route, let me just comment a little bit. And Sister Rita supported. So let me just talk about handsomeness. So that brother for Tonto Dikeh, I don't know what the problem is. She knew that he was poor. And we confirmed that he's not that handsome. So whatever their case is, I don't know if Tonto was trying to prove something for someone else that she can get any man she wants. I'm thinking, Sister Bolaji, probably that's why she jumped into the available Jeep and started driving. Unfortunately, the Jeep broke down along the street. Things fall apart. Center cannot hold. But when it comes to handsomeness, I mean, let's just be truthful. I wouldn't want to marry a man that is not handsome or no verse. Or date a man that is ugly. No. Come on now. We know we don't have to judge by handsomeness, beautiness, and we want it from inside. Yes, we want love from inside, but also the physical is very important, If we're not attractive to each other, come on now, what are we doing? Before you know if I'm rich or poor, at least you should like me physically, you know what I mean? You see Jessie, before you say, Jay, I love you, you should be able to say, oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's average height. She's chubby too. I think I like her. Then you can find out that Jessie doesn't have a job after that. I think handsomeness is not a bad thing for any woman, but it shouldn't cover our understanding. Yes, Sister B, for real. When it comes to richness, that one, sisters, I want to marry a rich guy this time around. Honestly, I can't do poor. right now because I've struggled so much. I've been paying this damn bill by myself for a long time. So right now, I'm talking about love, but that love has to come with a rich man. If it's only love, no money, I will make mistake by going in. But if it's love and money, I'm on board. I'm going. Hmm. And if it's a little bit not too handsome, you don't have to over handsome like Ransom, Noel and all that, You don't have to be that handsome, but good looking and clean, and there's no money. Mm-mm. I'm not going. Money, richness. Sister Bolaji, I want a wealthy, not just rich. Rich is just understatement. Because we too were rich, we pay our damn bills. You know what I mean? If you're by yourself and you're paying bills, or you're married, you're paying bills, you're rich. Because it takes some hard work for you to be able to pay bills. You understand what I mean? If you're paying bills, you're already rich. But I'm talking about wealthy, very wealthy. Very, very wealthy. Sister girl, I'll be interested because I'm tired of suffering. Wealthy and love will create that love by fire, by rain. By all means, I must love you. As long as you're rich and wealthy and you are not building on me, the love will have to come from somewhere. I have to learn how to love you. Ha! By fire, by rain, we must love this guy. Sister B say, yes, sis. Oh, yes, sis. By fire, by rain, as long as you're rich and wealthy, Sister J will find a way to love you. You don't have to be too handsome. Leave handsome out of this one. We're talking about richness. You can be a little bit ugly. As long as I'm beautiful, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Just be happy that Jay is beautiful and you're wealthy. We're good. You can be an ugly guy. We'll manage. We'll manage. We'll make it work. We'll amend it and make it work. So it depends on what people want. The way you dress your bed is the way you lie on it. It's not a bad thing for a woman to look for a rich guy because most women were tired of struggling. Those people that are marrying those rich guys, are they better than us? To be honest with you, some ladies are so ugly. Here, they are dumb too. Not just ugly, but here, they don't have nothing up there. It's not about education. Let's keep education out of it. I mean, mentally, alert and oriented. Some women, they marry rich guys. They stay in the house. Don't have any plan for the future. And when things fall apart, the guy will fall flat. But some smart girls marry rich guy and they make the guys wealthy because they're smart up here. You see them work hard with this guy. From the level where the guy is, boom, he will be somewhere else. That's what I'm talking about. We don't want to settle for less. I see some women will say, as long as he loves me. That's a topic of another day. We're going to talk about desperation in women based on their age. It's another topic coming. Why we just get so desperate. We're going to talk about it. And we miss the track. These are the ladies that settle for less because of their age. These are women who take in domestic violence because they think their timing is gone. These are women who take crap and bull crap from men because they think they are at the age of 30 and above. We're going to trash it one of these days. Those things are mentally illness. We need to help our sisters out. The way you dress your bed is the way you lie on it. May the Lord help us. And may we share this video. I want us to share it. I want us to share it. I want us to comment. You see, it's very funny that we're talking about all this domestic violence. Brothers are very silent right now. When I talk about love, sex, oh man, they will get on it. You see, I'm talking about domestic violence now. All of them are silent. these brothers don't want to talk no more. I'm sure some of them are pissed off with me right now, but I still love them because they are my fans and my brothers. I love you guys, and no beating of any woman. The men are silent. They don't want to say nothing. They're just sitting there now looking at me. Some of them are like, what nonsense? Is that what Jessie brought up today? What's wrong with her? Is she even married? Why does she talk about marriage and domestic violence? What is she talking about with those ladies there? I've been married. I have children. I've been there, done it. Though I've not been a victim of domestic violence, because if I was, honestly, I would have been in jail for a long time ago, because that's a boundary that no man can cross when it comes to me. It's part of that boundary, domestic violence. It's a no-no. I'm not bragging it, but it's just the truth. People who have seen me for real life, who know me for real, they know I cannot be in that kind of situation. I'm not bragging it. It's the boundary that I set. No man is going to beat on me. Excuse me, y'all. This weather is crazy. No guy is going to beat on me. It's a no-no. Yeah. Who can fall in love? Falling in love. Loving each other in times of good and in times of bad. But when it comes to domestic violence, I ain't loving no man. I tell my children, don't put your hand on any woman. And my boss will tell you, we don't want to go to jail. We have to talk about domestic violence. It's not good. I don't look like a cow in the human form that the man think he can beat on me for me to think straight. I'm not a cow. I'm a human. So treat me like one, and treat my sisters like one. And some women who beat their husbands, it's not good anyways, but sometimes it makes me feel good when I see a woman beating a man. I feel like, thank God somebody's standing up for us. That's how I feel. I don't know why. When I see some women slapping shit out of their men, I know it's not acceptable. I feel like, rewind the show. It's not only us women that will be beaten. Brother, somebody beat a crap out of you and it happens to be your wife. Do you see how it feels? It's not funny. I might be laughing right now, but for real, it's not funny. So I attributed this show today to Tonto Dikeh. My God, just beautiful. Rivers State girl. And that's the sad part of it, because I'm from Rivers and I don't know why she would take that kind of stuff. It's not right. It's not acceptable. We, the Rivers girls, who are so gorgeous and beautiful that we don't expect any man to scratch us. Why would she allow that to happen? Wake up call. Tonto Dikeh. So sorry, girl. Move on with your life and be happy. You're going to find love one day. Just like we all are looking for. Love. I pray to find love one day. God bless us. Please share this video. Share it, subscribe, comment. Curse me if it will make you happy. Anything that will make you feel good. Do it. If you have to say, Jessie, go to hell, just type Jessie, go to hell and make yourself happy. If you have to say, girl, you did a good job, whatever. If you want to share, please share it and subscribe. Whatsoever that will make you to be happy, do it. And don't think about what I will feel about what you said. Because it really don't matter. It's your opinion. Just like I'm just chatting with my sisters right now. And men, it's just our opinion. Everybody have rights to be comfortable on a domestic violence or be uncomfortable. So we just say it what we think. It's left for individuals to take action. That being said, I appreciate every one of you for tuning in. It's a wonderful day, and I wish us the best of this week. In good health, in long life, and in prosperity. You guys are the best. I will come up one of these days to discuss about desperation in men and women during marriage. Some people's desperation have landed them to the wrong place. We'll talk about it. You guys absorb it until we see again. We'll bless God today and we'll cover this broadcast with the blood of Jesus Christ. We'll thank God for this moment. Thank you guys for joining me. And you guys have a wonderful and productive week. Bye for now.